So President Trump and Senator Cynthia Lummis have announced plans to create this strategic Bitcoin reserve. So to begin with, they would accumulate a massive amount of Bitcoin, potentially 1 million coins. And I think from there, the rebasement is just a matter of time when the fiat currency fails. When people no longer want to accept the dollar, then you kind of have to say, well, we will rebase to Satoshis as the underlying currency. And Trump has hinted of this. He said, maybe we pay off the debt by giving people a bit of Bitcoin. And I don't know if he's exactly thinking of rebasing to Bitcoin, but he's hinting, or at least his line of thought is moving in that direction.
Has Bitcoin made any progress towards hyper Bitcoinization, or the concept of mass adoption of Bitcoin since 3 years ago?
I would say so. These things are very sudden. If you look at the failure of fiat currencies, they don't gradually fail. They fail spectacularly. And this is the premise behind the 1 million Bitcoin call, that it's not going to be a gradual, slow increase to $1 million a coin, but rather a very short and violent upheaval that sends us there in a matter of months, weeks to months. And if you look at the hyper Bitcoinization landscape, what you do see is more and more countries coming out and mining Bitcoin. Bhutan, I think, is the clearest example of this. They have close to $1 trillion now in Bitcoin holdings from mining over the past 4 to 5 years. So if this is not an indication that hyper Bitcoinization is coming, I'm not really sure what is. But countries that have excess energy, they can tap into that now and convert that into money and use that money for financing lots of different things. I believe we're also on the verge of countries issuing debt, sovereign debt, to buy Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin bond program, it is going to come simply because the MicroStrategy model has illustrated that this works, and it works very well. And it's just simply a matter of time before a country pulls that trigger and unleashes a torrent of sovereign debt to acquire Bitcoin.
And what about on the consumer side? Any advancements towards the adoption of Bitcoin as a medium of exchange, B2B or even B2C, since 3 years ago?
Well, El Salvador has rolled out, their Bitcoin legal tender law, and we've seen a decent amount of adoption in El Salvador. But all over the world, you see a lot of Bitcoin adoption, but I wouldn't say it's at the hyper Bitcoinization level yet, simply because I think the wallet infrastructure is not there. It's still very difficult to onboard people into Bitcoin. And this is something we're trying to solve at Jan 3 with our Aqua wallet. It's a Bitcoin and Layer 2 wallet. And the goal is that we can use Layer 2 technologies like Liquid to onboard the next billion people to Bitcoin in a very simple and easy to use manner.
Do you think the average person will ever need to use Bitcoin or adopt Bitcoin as a medium of exchange or payment? Why not use a stable coin if you want to use blockchain technology, or maybe just digital fiat? What are the advantages of using Bitcoin?
Well, there's two dimensions here. We do see a massive amount of stablecoin adoption, particularly in Latin America and just generally developing countries. And this is more driven out of necessity. So they're not really seeking Bitcoin. They're seeking US dollars or digital dollars. And in places like Latin America, they don't even say tether. Like, they just say digital dollars because for them, it's synonymous. But they are seeking out stability in light of their currency problems at home and the debasement and inflation of their own currencies.